The digital world we inhabit is undergoing a seismic, and perhaps irreversible, transformation. A silent, automated tide is rising, and its composition is not what it seems. As of recent analyses, automated bots account for nearly half of all global internet traffic. According to the 2024 Impervabad Bot Report, this figure reached a staggering 49.6% in 2023, the highest level recorded in over a decade. More distressingly, a significant portion of this traffic is malicious, with bad bots constituting 32% of all internet activity, a figure that has climbed for 5 consecutive years. These automated programs are not benignly sorting data. They are engaged in a relentless barrage of destructive activities, including sophisticated web scraping, malicious account takeovers, widespread spam, and denial-of-service attacks that cost organizations billions of dollars annually. This automated undercurrent is the murky water in which a new and more insidious threat is now flourishing. The age of generative artificial intelligence and the dawn of the soulless slop. It has never been easier to produce content that is mediocre by design. The internet is becoming saturated with a low-effort slurry of machine-generated material, filling every digital crevice with a veneer of substance that lacks a human core. This phenomenon is visible across all platforms. It's in the vacuous, algorithmically optimized posts ghostwritten for the black hole of meaninglessness that is LinkedIn. It's in the torrent of low-effort short videos, engineered to be just engaging enough to hypnotize children and systematically dismantle their attention spans. It's in the endless catalog of soullessly rewritten books on Amazon, where classic literature and original works are plagiarized and paraphrased by machines for a quick profit. AI-generated music, devoid of genuine emotion, is beginning to invade streaming platforms, while on the web, Google's AI is increasingly summarizing websites, providing users with answers directly on the search page and depriving the original creators of vital traffic. This practice has led to devastating drops in audience numbers for publishers, with some studies showing click-through rate reductions ranging from 34% to a staggering 89% when an AI summary is present. Nowhere is this trend more visually apparent than on YouTube, where new channels materialize overnight, publishing multiple long-form videos a week complete with AI-generated thumbnails, voices, and scripts. From true crime narratives to complex video essays on science, no niche is safe from this industrial-scale content farming. We are standing at the precipice of, if not already tumbling into, the golden era of soulless slop. What is perhaps most tragic and frustrating about this development is the fuel for this machine. The very essence of human creativity is being used to train these AI models. Every heartfelt Reddit comment, every meticulously crafted original YouTube video, every unique drawing uploaded to DeviantArt has been systematically harvested, sold to AI companies, or in many cases, outright stolen. This creative theft is being executed on a scale so vast that it is impossible to protect against, leaving legions of creators without attribution or payment for their work. The legal and ethical landscape is struggling to keep pace, with numerous lawsuits challenging the use of copyrighted data to train AI models, while tech giants argue their actions fall under the doctrine of fair use. The U.S. Copyright Office has weighed in, suggesting that using copyrighted material for AI training may indeed constitute infringement, particularly when the generated output is substantially similar to the source. Yet, the debate rages on, and while it does, the foundational work of human artists, writers, and thinkers is being used to build the fortunes of AI corporations, jeopardizing the very livelihoods of those whose creativity is being plundered. While this large-scale creative theft is a profound issue, there is a deeper, more existential threat looming. Generative AI possesses the terrifying potential to break the internet irreversibly, not merely by flooding it with mediocrity, but by systematically destroying our ability to distinguish fact from fiction. At its inception, AI held the promise of a magnificent new tool, a mechanical brain capable of collecting and synthesizing information with superhuman speed. For a creative and research-intensive organization like Kurzgesagt, this was an exhilarating prospect. The team, known for its deep dives into complex scientific topics, embarked on an experiment with cautious optimism. Their process for creating content is famously extensive. Each video starts with in-depth research, consulting primary sources and scientific papers. After a script is drafted, it is sent to multiple experts for fact-checking and critique, a back-and-forth that can take dozens of drafts. The fact-checking and source compilation alone often consumes around 100 hours per video. It is a process predicated on human rigor, intellectual honesty, and a willingness to admit and correct mistakes. With this foundation, the team turned to AI, hoping it could augment their research. They acquired pro accounts for all the major AI models and tasked them with a project, a video about the fascinating celestial objects known as brown dwarfs. The initial results were breathtaking. The AIs produced dozens of pages of detailed outlines, complete with unique informational nuggets and links to purported sources. It seemed too good to be true. And it was. The fact-checking process began, and the facade quickly crumbled. The team didn't expect perfection, but the reality was far worse than they had imagined. Over 80% of the information was reasonably solid and could be traced back to legitimate sources like Wikipedia, academic papers, or reputable articles. But the remaining 20% was a different story. This was the truly spectacular information, details about the speed of brown dwarf superatoms, the exotic nature of their internal structure, even anthropomorphic asides about how disappointed their stellar moms are. But these captivating facts were nowhere to be found in the scientific literature. This was not necessarily a red flag. After all, these models have been trained on nearly the entire internet and countless books. So the team turned to their human experts. The experts flagged the exact same factoids, asking where such novel information had been discovered. The truth became clear. The AI, in its unwavering mission to please its user, had simply invented or wildly extrapolated information to make the topic of brown dwarfs more interesting than they are. It behaved like a bad journalist, fabricating details to make a story hit harder or to neatly fit a preconceived narrative. The team dug deeper, examining the solid sources the AI had provided. One was an article from a news site that, upon closer inspection, had a strangely familiar formulaic structure. An AI essay detection tool returned a 72% match. It was an AI-generated article, itself devoid of original sources, being used as a credible source for AI research. This is the horrifying, or Robber Rose-like logic of the AI information ecosystem, especially with well over 1,200 confirmed AI-driven news websites already publishing massive volumes of misinformation and false narratives. The mix of correct, dubiously sourced, and entirely fabricated information also led the AI to present shoddy conclusions that sounded novel but were, in reality, half-truths and misrepresentations. After salvaging what little they could, the team scrapped the project and returned to their traditional, human-centric methods. A few weeks later, the true nightmare began. A video about brown dwarfs popped up from a relatively new YouTube channel. It was well-produced, with slick footage and great editing, and it had amassed hundreds of thousands of views. But as the Kurzgesagt team watched, a sense of dread washed over them. The structure, the rhythm, and the facts were eerily familiar. The video contained all of the sensational, unreliable, and completely fabricated facts about brown dwarfs that their team had flagged and discarded. This is where the death of the internet truly begins. That viral video now serves as a proper online source for misinformation. The next time an AI is prompted to research brown dwarfs, it will find the transcript of a popular video and treat its contents as fact. The misinformation is now laundered, legitimized by view counts and platform algorithms. The lie becomes the truth. Even before the proliferation of AI, tracing the origins of compelling but untrue facts was a monumental challenge. As AI-generated content continues its exponential growth, it may soon become fundamentally impossible to know what is real and what is not. The most corrosive aspect of this problem is how trustworthy AI seems. Its output is often so correct, so articulate, that it appears superintelligent. It is incredibly, confidently incorrect, casually lying to your face in subtle and insidious ways. When you catch it in a lie, it will immediately admit its mistake, vow to do better, and then repeat the exact same behavior moments later. For all the eloquence of current large language models, there is nobody home. There is no intelligence, no consciousness, only a very complex hammer that understands neither what it is doing nor what a nail is. Yet, we are allowing this hammer to add new shelves to the library of human knowledge. While AI is changing rapidly, the present situation is grim. Far too many people blindly trust its output. Studies of scientific papers published after the rise of large language models have found a sharp, abrupt increase in the frequency of words that AIs favor, suggesting a significant portion of academic literature is now at least partially AI-assisted, often without acknowledgement. In a chilling discovery from July 2025, it was found that some researchers had begun embedding hidden messages in their papers, in white text or fonts too small for the human eye, prompting AI reviewers to evaluate their work positively and ignore its flaws. As this careless use of AI becomes more pervasive, the library of human knowledge is becoming less and less reliable. This brings us to the ultimate question. How does a commitment to human creativity survive in the age of AI slop? There is only one truly valuable resource on the internet: human attention. If current trends continue, it is not a far-fetched dystopian scenario to imagine that cheap, algorithmically generated slop, content that is just good enough to hold our gaze, will absorb the vast majority of that finite attention. This could make us, as a society, dumber and less informed. It could further degrade our already fractured attention spans, deepen political divides, and cause us to neglect real, meaningful human interaction. In this economic model, channels like Kurzgesagt, which invest immense time and resources into creating well-researched, thoughtfully animated content, could become unfeasible. They would be forced to downsize, compromise their principles, or use AI themselves simply to compete in a game they do not wish to play. This is not a game Kurzgesagt will play. Their philosophy on AI is simple and unwavering. It is a tool, not a creator. Think of the Align tool in Adobe Illustrator. You can manually align a dozen boxes one by one, or you can select them all, click a button, and have them perfectly aligned in an instant. This is how AI should be used, as a powerful tool for mechanical tasks like programming for animation, or as a faster alternative to Google for preliminary searches. AI can be a helpful assistant, but the creativity, the integrity, and the soul of the work must remain human. So to the internet, Kurzgesagt makes this offer. Their content is made by humans, for humans, and it will remain that way. They will continue to produce well-researched content, investing countless hours and their human creativity into their illustrations and animations. They will continue to put their creative soul into their work. They will continue to fact-check and discuss their research with human experts to provide the most trustworthy information they possibly can. When they make mistakes, they will be their own human mistakes. They would rather quit than contribute to the ever-growing mountain of AI slop. To continue this mission, however, they need support. The Kurzgesagt team consists of almost 70 full-time employees and numerous freelancers, all of whom have salaries, software licenses, laptops, rent, and coffee to pay for. There is a way for those who value this human-made project to help keep it alive. This support comes in the form of the 12,026 Human Era Calendar, an artifact designed to fill your home with a year's worth of Kurzgesagt art. But it is much more than a simple calendar. It is an ode to humanity and our collective ingenuity. This calendar reframes time itself by starting not 2,000 years ago, but 12,000 years ago, at the dawn of human civilization when agriculture, cities, and shared knowledge began to flourish. This simple but profound shift incorporates 10,000 more years of our shared past into our timeline, honoring the incredible achievements of our ancestors. While it functions as a regular calendar, it has the power to change how you see your place in history and just how far we have all come as a species. This year's edition collects 12 inspiring stories about our special connection to the stars, from the first creature to ever glance at the night sky, to the ancient models of our cosmos, and far into humanity's future among the stars. Each vibrant illustration is printed on high-quality paper with ample space to plan your days or record your adventures in the year 12,026. And because this marks the 10-year anniversary of the calendar, the team has gone all out. They have created the first-ever Kurzgesagt art book, a vibrant, jam-packed collection of every calendar illustration they have ever made. This amounts to 120 pages of art, a stunning visual history of a decade of Kurzgesagt's work, all in one giant book. It is also filled with behind-the-scenes sketches, stories, and fun facts from the team, offering an intimate look into their creative process. Just like their videos, these products are not churned out by a soulless algorithm. They are made with love, by real humans who spend countless hours researching, illustrating, and designing things that they hope will bring joy and wonder to the world. So if you value real, human-made content over the rising tide of AI slop, join the global community that gets the calendar every year. Help keep Kurzgesagt and the spirit of human creativity afloat. Together, we can ride out the slop wave. The calendar and art book are available now, but only while supplies last.